Man, I look like a gangster with this. Yeah, man, what's happening? How you doing? It's good. We have some good news today. I know we talk about a lot of negative things. Negative things make the news. I mean, yeah. So, some good news. Remember Niger? Here's a country. Americans used to be there. Well, no more. Well, almost no more. Americans have decided to leave Niger because Nigerians don't want anybody from another country, at least any other force, to be with them.
The June 7th flight of the US Air Force's C-17 Globemaster III from Niamey Air Force Base 101 marks the start of a series of wide-body aircraft rotations to repatriate personnel and equipment in accordance with the May 19, 2024 agreement. Since the agreement on the withdrawal of US troops was signed on May 19, 2024, more than 269 of the 946 troops and several tons of equipment have already left Niger.
Congratulations. Yay. So it was a bit of a race, a bit of a struggle trying to get French people to leave the country. French soldiers were stationed in Niger for many years. They had been staying there for the purpose of fighting terrorism. Why? Because these countries have been riddled by terrorism for the longest time. I'm trying to give you context. Why have these countries been riddled by terrorism? Because somebody in his office somewhere in a different continent decided that they wanted to take out Mohammed Gaddafi. Mohammed Gaddafi was the president of Libya. Great man, good person, Pan-Africanist, loved all African countries. Why did they want to take him out? Because Mohammed Gaddafi was a person that trying to wake Africans up by asking them to create a currency named dinar. The dinar was a currency based on gold, and by implementing the dinar, nations that have gold would have been the richest nations in the world. So somebody out of his office somewhere there in his decided we need to take this man out because he's a terrorist. No, he's a dictator. He doesn't like people. He want to finish his own people. Okay, let's get back to context. Niger has kicked out Americans. Americans gracefully have decided to leave. They've started leaving. America's got a base in Niger, military base that's been there for some time. They use this military base to monitor terrorism activities in Africa. Well, we thought terrorism came from Middle East and Arabs, but anyway, apparently terrorism are all over the world, now in Africa. So in order to monitor terrorist activities in Africa, Americans have built a $100 million military base. $100 million, that's a lot of money. I mean, when you have somebody coming to your place and say, I'm going to build a military base, for how long? I mean, if it's for 2 years or 5 years, are you going to spend $100 million? I don't know, but the base has been there. They've been using it for drones to go see and oversee what's happening in Africa, see what terrorism are doing. Some people believe they're trying to see what Russia's doing and stuff like that. Now, Niger say, enough. It's time for you to leave. After they ask French troops to leave, now it's time for Americans to leave. Now, French people trying to fight. They're trying to be funny. When they were asked to leave the country, because there was about 1,000 French soldiers stationed in Niger for many years, they came to Niger apparently to help Nigerians fight against terrorism that many experts believe they started by taking out Mohammed Gaddafi. Okay? So they asked French soldiers to leave the country. And Emmanuel Macron said no, he was very virulent, unhappy. Listen to him.
I think that our policy is correct. It's based on the courage of President Bazoum, on the commitment of our diplomats and our ambassador, who will stay despite pressure and despite illegal claims of authority, as well as on the efforts of our internal security forces and our army. We must not give in to the narrative used by the coup leaders that consists of saying France has become the enemy. The problem of Nigerians today is the coup leaders. They put them in danger because they're abandoning the fight against terrorism and good economic policy as they're losing the international funding that was helping them develop. That is the reality, and if we don't come out and say it, who will?
So, as you can see, he wasn't very happy that his troops were to leave. He actually said, I'm not going to leave. You're not a legitimate government. It's not for you to tell me. And I'm not going to listen to you. There's no reason for me to listen to you. But then, fellas, that's somebody else's house. You can't talk like that. Eventually, the civilians came down the street and forced French soldiers to leave their country. They left. It was a shameful exit. Americans prefer to do it the right way. So they say, okay, thank you. You don't want us anymore. That's cool. We're going to pack our stuff and leave. They started packing their stuff to leave. and equipment. Now we have an issue here. The Americans have asked for at least 6 months to leave Niger. Why? Because apparently they have some special equipment and special stuff and classified things that going to need 6 months for them to leave. I think you heard it right. Classified things, classified equipment. So in other words, Americans have equipment in Niger that Nigerians are not aware of. Okay, so a visitor in your country has got weapons that you don't know of. I believe when you go to somebody else's country, you have to go through processes, which is you have to show them what you have at least, right? That's not the case. They need 6 months to leave. US troops and some gear have already begun leaving the country. A senior military official and a senior defense official briefed reporter on a call said on Sunday, before the last US troop depart. The plan is to remove lethal, hazardous, and classified equipment. Lethal and hazardous. So that's like what? Is that biological weapons or something? I'm just asking. Like hazardous, lethal, that's scary in somebody else's country, especially if they're not aware of what you got. What do you have, fella, in your pocket? The Americans said before the last American leave Niger, they have to remove every little thing that they have. So they say it again, items that are determined to be too expensive to fly out could be left to the Nigerian military to use instead. Oh, that's very generous. So they're looking to leave some items to the Nigerians. Interesting. That's very kind of them. Very kind of them. You could look at it in many ways. I mean, it's also a good political tool, geopolitical tool. We're going to leave you some equipment. We're not bad people after all. You can use some of the equipment we don't use or we don't like it very much. It's nothing special. It's none of our best equipment, but you can keep it. You can take my shoes. I've been wearing it for the past 7 years, but you can, you can keep them. Anyway, 6 months to leave somebody's country. That's what poses a problem. That's the question we want to ask. Does it make any sense to you that a foreign nation living in your country for many years have classified equipment, lethal stuff that you don't know about, that they need to move very slowly for about 6 months? They won't have to show you what they're moving out of your country. That's a very interesting issue, I believe. Number one, we are very happy to see that they can respect Nigerians' wish, which is leave our country. They are leaving without making a noise. Many people generally would expect them to make noise or make something or create another rebellion somewhere. It has not happened. They're packing them stuff and going back to America. And I'm sure those American soldiers will be very happy to see their families. They're surely not seen in a long time. And I just hope they find all their wives fine. And they don't find their wives pregnant from other men and stuff like that. I'm just joking, but just imagine you go back home and you find her pregnant. That's crazy stuff. Anyway, doesn't make any sense to you that you're going to have to ask somebody to leave your house and then they tell you, sorry, I need 6 months to leave because I've got things here that are classified and it's going to take me some time to leave them secretly. You won't have to look. You shouldn't look, but yeah. Let me know how you feel about this. Is this a victory for Niger? I mean, every country deserves to choose who they're going to be friends with or not. Is it democratic to be able to say, okay, I think you've been here for a long time. I think it's about time you leave. I want to stay by myself. I want to change things. I want to change light. I want to repaint my house. Is it okay to say that? Or does it necessarily mean we are enemies because I say I want to stay by myself? God bless.